Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've probably heard about the recent crypto conference called the bword, which included Cathie Wood, ARK Invest CEO, Elon Musk, Tesla and SpaceX CEO, and Jack Dorsey, CEO of Square and Twitter. Just a quick reminder to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to support your boy Jay. I really do appreciate it. And now let's get into the video. We can all agree that it's been a wild year for cryptocurrencies. At the beginning of the year, Bitcoin was valued at $32,000 and skyrocketed up to $63,000 in April. People were going absolutely crypto crazy. Millionaires were being made every day, and even altcoins were going to the moon, pretty much daily. Then came a lot of questions around the ethics of Bitcoin and its environmental impact, and as a consequence, we saw the price drop back down. This event was a much bigger deal than people give it credit for. When I was going over the participants, just think about the big names we just named. The CEOs and the companies they run, Tesla, SpaceX, Twitter, Square, ARK Invest. We're talking about some serious companies here, and we found out this past week that these companies all have BTC on their balance sheet currently. Let's start with Cathie Wood. Wood is one of the brightest minds in the business today. She believes in disruptive tech, has a great outlook, and her business model has done very well for early investors. When it comes to Bitcoin, Cathie had some very interesting and very different thoughts. She covers how money has three main qualifications: store of value, means of exchange, and unit of account. Bitcoin has already filled two of these with store of value and unit of account. The final piece is unit of exchange, which gets brought up time and time again during this meeting. Cathie also argues that we have a social responsibility to create a crypto token that the world can use and depend on. 4.3 billion people in the world are hostage to an authoritarian regime who controls their money supply. 1.3 billion are living in economies with double and triple digit inflation. That's just insane. We must find a way to save them from the destruction of their purchasing power. Now, certain countries' entire GDP depends on remittances, where people leave the country for work and send money back to their families. A couple of examples are El Salvador, 24%, and Nepal, 24% as well. Jack Dorsey goes on to mention that fees from transfer and conversion of currency can be as high as 20 to 30% and destroys the profits these people are depending on to feed their families. Cathie has a very unique opinion than most and believes that we are going to see deflation in the future. If this is correct, the odds of hyperinflation in the rest of the world, especially emerging markets, increases. Bitcoin could be the key to helping emerging markets survive.
Actually, hyperinflation in emerging markets is the primary way. Talk about destroying purchasing power. So that's a very big idea. And I'll also mention deflation. In some ways, it's a hedge against deflation. I know some people are confused that we at ARK think that we're in a deflationary environment here in the United States. If that is true, the odds of a hyperinflation in the rest of the world, especially in emerging markets, is also true.
Cathie then brags on the entire Bitcoin team that she has met. She said they know more about the history of economic theory and money supply than anyone she has ever met. A key thing to remember with most of the BTC team is they could work wherever they want. They could work with one of the tech giants and make much more money, but instead they are dedicated to Bitcoin because they truly believe they are doing something fantastic for humanity. Elon was definitely classic Elon in this interview.
I might pump, but I don't dump.
But he was also probably the most important, influential person there.
Doge has, the Doge community, I think, is somewhat irreverent, obviously, and has great memes and loves dogs, and I love dogs and memes.
Elon made the huge announcement that not only does Tesla own Bitcoin, but so does SpaceX. people were also curious if his company sold Bitcoin or just stopped buying. We now know the answer to that, as Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon himself have never sold any BTC. Never sold any Bitcoin. Elon also announced that he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin.
So all I did was I said, look, we're going to suspend Bitcoin transactions for now. We're not selling any Bitcoin, nor am I selling anything personally, or nor is SpaceX selling any Bitcoin. Again, I want to emphasize, SpaceX, Tesla, and I own Bitcoin. I also own a little bit of Ethereum and Doge, but
when Tesla announced that they were buying Bitcoin, the price spiked massively. This also caused a huge spike in energy usage, especially in China, where in some areas over 50% of the energy was being created by coal power. Since Elon's goal with Tesla is to save the world and use resources responsibly, he did not feel like it was right for Tesla to continue buying Bitcoin until he saw that mining was being done in a responsible manner. Elon says more due diligence is required. Renewable energy for Bitcoin is probably 50%. And if that's confirmed, they will resume accepting Bitcoin as payment and purchasing Bitcoin themselves.
But Bitcoin by itself simply cannot scale to be the monetary system for the world at base layer. But with a second layer, this is possible depending upon how that second layer is implemented. That's part of why I think there may be some merit to something that may seem silly, like Ethereum, like Dogecoin. I think Ethereum also, like I said, the three things I own outside of SpaceX and Tesla, and also obviously it's a Neuralink and Boring Company, but of any significance are Bitcoin by far, and then some Ethereum and some Doge.
Elon believes that BTC itself can't scale to be the monetary system for the world at their current base level, but that at second level, it is possible, depending on how it's implemented. The main reason he says this is because of transaction times. He believes that for BTC to be used as a world currency, the transaction times need to go down. Some people really hated this comment because the transaction times are part of what makes Bitcoin so secure. What he means is implementing something similar to the Lightning Network we are seeing now for Bitcoin. Lightning Network is a second layer protocol on top of Bitcoin. The protocol uses Bitcoin as its native denomination, meaning that Lightning can only be used by those with real Bitcoin. The Lightning Network allows for the instantaneous transfer of Bitcoin from peer-to-peer with one considerable difference from the first layer. Channel balances can adjust but do not require immediate settlement on the base layer. So simply stated, Lightning transactions are unsettled Bitcoin transactions. There are three key things to the Lightning Network. Firstly, the Lightning Network is a zero-sum, fully reserved routing network. You may only use Lightning if you bring in real Bitcoin. Secondly, Lightning does not carry the burden of base layer confirmation. This allows for Bitcoin to be exchanged ad infinitum without consuming precious block space. And lastly, Lightning transactions can be interpreted as financial agreements, making Lightning Network a capital market layer. The network structure is built as a market for capital and liquidity. Bitcoin can now instantaneously fly around the world without having to wait an hour for final settlement. One of the things that was really cool to see was Elon also doing a great job as an interviewer, asking fantastic questions and even pushing Jack Dorsey incredibly hard on Bitcoin. One of the keys to Bitcoin's success is the acceptance of it as a currency. Elon announced that Tesla will soon begin allowing Bitcoin again and pushed Dorsey on Twitter accepting crypto for payments. Dorsey tried to sidestep these questions, but Musk relentlessly kept asking. This is a very big deal because these companies can put Bitcoin on the balance sheet and act like they believe in Bitcoin, but until they start accepting it, Bitcoin cannot reach its full potential. This interview definitely sparked some newfound enthusiasm in Bitcoin. It was on the news every day, people were hearing about it again, and many thought it would spark a possible comeback. Fast forward to Monday, July 26th, and Bitcoin had reached $39,000 for the first time since June. It brought in massive volume, and I'm very enthusiastic about Bitcoin and crypto as a whole, the whole blockchain space. I mean, you guys already know this. I love this entire space, and I look forward to bringing you more updates like this as big news comes out. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching until the end. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. I do appreciate it. And let's finish this off with Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Do you know what geo-blocking is? Disney Plus or Netflix, for example, they have different movies for each country. Access should not be tied to nationality. Surfshark VPN gives you all of the access that you need. Just connect to the service and refresh the page. Access granted, problem solved. I use Surfshark every single day. It automatically starts up when I start my Mac, and whenever I need it, I activate it with just one click. Use promo code JAKEONOMICS to get 83% off, plus 3 months totally for free. Surfshark also offers 30-day money-back guarantees, so there is absolutely no risk for you. Surf with your own set of rules. The link is in the description below if you want to try Surfshark today.